Hi, so a lot of people have asked me, what is magic? Well, as a priestess and also as one of scientific mind, I know those things tend to kind of contrast with each other, but I am both. I believe that, well, as we know, there is energy that permeates the universe, permeates everything in the universe. Now, in Buddhist culture, they say that everything has life in it. Every object has life in it. And I believe that they're referring to the energy, the vibration that flows throughout the universe. And this is scientifically documented. So, what magic really is, and prayer is the same thing, is you're focusing your energy, and this is why you burn a candle or you focus on pushing energy out, is because you are literally manipulating the energy that permeates the universe to your specific needs. Some people know how to do this and can focus their mind well enough that they can do this, and I've actually, have performed spells and stuff and they've worked. And but you have to have a very clear mind and you have to have a purpose. And what it basically is it starts a snowball effect that pushes uh, these energies to what you are asking it to do. Now some say spirits help, and that could be part of it, is you are giving energy to these spirits. The spirits feed off energy because they are energy. And they are able to then perform things because of the energy you give them. Or if you're doing just a spell that you are casting out your energy into the universe, you are causing things to happen. Now, the God particle, and this is talking physics theory, the God particle will eventually be discovered to be a switch that is either yes or no. Okay? It's exactly like binary code. It's either a 1 or a 0. That means anything in this world is possible or impossible at any given moment in time, because those particles could be switched on or off, and they're switched on and off by energy. Okay, energy can switch the God particle, once they find it, it will be both there and not there, and it will be both there and everywhere at once. This is logic. Okay, if anybody wants to dispute the fact that, or the idea that the God particle will be a either positive or negative, you can talk to me about physics theory. I know a lot about physics theory, even though I don't know a lot about the math behind it. So what you're doing in magic is you're basically switching these God particles on and off in your way and causing these forces to be moved. And there is nothing in science that goes against that. In fact, scientific theory about energy is that everything has every action has a reaction. So if you are putting out energy into the universe that says, I want this to happen, and that includes praying, that includes any kind of prayer, any kind of lighting a candle for a spirit, that's giving a spirit energy. They do that in Catholicism. They pray, in of course, in Christianity, and you're just putting the good energies out into the universe in the hope that they will be returned back to you. And so because every action has an equal and opposite reaction, what you put out comes back to you, and that explains karma. And so be careful what you put out there, because if you put out there something negative, well, it's going to come back to you. That also goes along with the Wiccan law of 3. Whatever you put out there comes back to you times 3. Well, that's equal and opposite reaction. Magic is very much in accordance with science, actually. If you really get into quantum physics, you will realize that actually manipulation, I think that the ability of the mind to create these things, to push these energies, hasn't been scientifically grounded yet, of course. But I think it will be. I think that people will eventually realize that certain people, if you can study it, you can be bored with it, um, but you can learn to manipulate energies around you. And this doesn't mean that you can make stuff levitate. This doesn't mean that you can, pull a rabbit from a hat. What this means is that you're simply manipulating energies. And if you are asking for a specific thing to happen, that specific thing will, if you will it to. It also goes to the idea that our whole, perception of reality is based upon our perception, not actual reality. It goes back to, I think it was Plato's analogy of the cave, where what we're seeing is shadow puppets that are being moved around, and once you turn around and actually see the real objects and you realize what the universe really is, then you come out of the cave. Okay, you can look that up too. And that, again, it goes according to Magick. Once you realize that everything is connected by this force, spirit, God, energy, God particle, whatever you want to call it. Everything is connected in some way. Everything in the universe is connected in some way. And I believe that God is the same thing as heaven. God is the energy that surrounds us. God is the energy that permeates the universe. And when we die, we have a chance to join that energy, and that is heaven. Okay, and that goes back to my previous video about the cotton candy analogy, or the drop of water in the ocean. But anyway, that's how I view Magick as a scientific, minded person, and I've tried to. Well, they always say in science you find what you're looking for, and I've been looking for a relation that explains magic in a scientific way, and that's the best thing I can come up with. But all I know is that magic does work, and I'm a good person to know if you're on my good side. So until later, don't forget to brush your teeth.